This is the Chikkabanavara Lake picture, and we can see that lot of water ice unit plants and other seeds are developed there. And the Chikkabanavara Lake is a it is total area is 105 acres, and it's located in Chikkabanavara village. And the rainwater and the sewage is the majority of the source of the water. We can see that most of the time the water is very polluted and septic, and majority of the time it causes obnoxious smell to the nearby residents or the walkers of the road. This lake is highly polluted, and outflow from this lake flows towards the in the natural stream, and it joins and it joins the Arkavathi near Tarbnalli. We can see the next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah, these are all the apartments and residential layouts and others which are discharging the sewage to the Chikkabanavara Lake without any limit, and intermittently or continuously the sewages from these apartments, residential layouts and hospitals and other establishments are discharging the sewage into this Chikkabanavara Lake. And the quality of the Chikkabanavara Lake is very alarming, and it is very highly polluted. The BOD level, which was very high, and the DO level is almost nil, and it is not fit for any purpose. Almost all the time it is below the standard of E, because below standard of E means it is not fit for any purpose. So that is the quality of the lake the Arkavathi river receiving. Next slide, please. So these are all the entry points. So these are all really entry points of the sewage into the Chikkabanavara Lake. You can see that the red lines, all that red arrow mark shows that the sewage is joining this lake without any obstruction. All the time throughout the year, even though there is a BWSSP of 5 MLD STP is constructed, there are a lot of missing links, and there are a lot of stormwater drains and other drains are located on all round of the Chikkabanavara Lake. So it is receiving the sewage and receiving the polluted water source from all corners of the that residential area. And this is what the impact on the Arkavathi river we have to notice, because this particular lake water is flowing to Arkavathi throughout the year 365 days continuously. The Arkavathi receiving the water from this lake in the very first Tarabanalli confluence point. As I told you, there was no flow up to the Arkavathi river above the Tarabanalli from Yesragatta. There was no fresh water, or there was no rainwater, or there was no storm water from Yesragatta to Yesragatta to the confluence point of Tarabanalli. That Arkavathi river was very dry. Previous slide, please. The Arkavathi river was very dry from Yesragatta to the Tarabanalli confluence point. Only after the outflow of Chikkabanavara Lake, the Arkavathi river receives the water. Next slide, please. So that is the flow path of the sewage or the water from Chikkabanavara Lake to the Tarabanalli river, Tarabanalli village, wherein there is a confluence. So here, what I observed, the water is entering into the Arkavathi river, and some distance it goes back, because there was a dry area in the Arkavathi near to the railway bridge, Arkavathi railway bridge, and afterwards it flows further down towards the Makli and Madnakali side. Next slide, please. Yeah, you can observe here there was a very dry path from Yesragatta to Tarabanalli in the first way of around the arrow mark, and then in Tarabanalli confluence point it will goes back, and afterwards it will comes down towards the southern side. The quality of water at this is also DO is very nil. It's very interesting. I have taken sample more than some 15-20 times. The dissolved oxygen level at the Tarabanalli confluence point in Arkavathi river is almost nil all the time, and the BOD is also very high, and the fecal coliform is also very high, which shows that in the beginning of the Tarabanalli confluence point itself, where we can notice some water in the Arkavathi river is highly polluted. We can conclude that the water in the Arkavathi in the beginning of the Thermalli confluence point, before going to the Yesargatta reservoir, the DO level is nil and the BOD is very high, and we can find lot of coliform due to the entry of untreated sewage from the major three lakes, Abigere Lake, Kamgondali Lake, and Chikkabanavara Lake. The Chikkabanavara Lake outfall is entering at the entering to the Arkavathi River at the Thermalli confluence point. Next slide, please. This is the nature of the water in the Arkavathi after the Thermalli confluence point. Here also we can see a lot of sewage is stagnated there in some pocket in the Arkavathi river. And one more interesting thing I have observed is from Yesargatta, the Arkavathi river flows towards downstream southern side. The width of the Arkavathi in some pocket of the flow is decreased by encroaching or some point, I don't know. And in some point it looks like a natural only the storm water drain like that. That is the width of the Arkavathi river. We can notice the downstream of Tarabanalli to further area towards Makli and Madnaikali. Next slide, please. Previous slide. Arkavathi near the Eggradevanapura, before it coming to the national highway, we can find some water there. Here also, and because the entry of the sewage, the DO level is nil and BOD is 38 milligrams per liter, and the total coliform is really very high. This is the Eggradevanapura is located on upstream of national highway after the Thermalli confluence point. This is the stretch of the Arkavathi. Next slide. So this is the Arkavathi river at Makli in the Tumkur road of national highway. We can observe that lot of sewage flow there and lot of solid waste deposited there, and lot of unwanted materials are thrown into the Arkavathi river by the lorry drivers there, because some of the lorry drivers are parking the lorries near this catchment area of bedside of the river. They are washing the lorry vehicles, and they are also using this area for other purposes, repairing of lorries and all. Because of that, we have noticed some oil and grease and other pollutants are entering into the Arkavathi river near the Tumkur road, that is near Himalaya factory. That is the region here. DO level is nil and BOD is also very high, and the total coliform is also very high. So after the Tarabanalli, the Arkavathi river goes towards one point called Siddhanavasahalli confluence point. So from upstream side, it reaches the Siddhanavasahalli confluence point.
He told us that after Yesargatta, there is no water in the Arkavathi flowing downstream. And then he says that at a certain point, suddenly we find water coming into Arkavathi. From what he said just now about the Makali bridge, you can see the second point here on Tumkur Road. What happens to Arkavathi is it gets water, but it gets the wastewater, sewage water from the city. This, when I say from the city, it is from the west to the north and the northwest. And this is hosting a population of approximately 4 million people and any number of industries and factories and manufacturing plants. All of that water with high biological contamination, chemical contamination is flowing into Arkavathi. Over to you, Dr. Raju.
Exactly. The catchment area of Arkavathi leads from the Pindia industrial area, Dasaralli, Dodbidrikallu, Anchepalya, Ravi Kirloskar layout, Manjunath Nagar, BBMP wards number 39 and 41. It is confluences at the one point called Siddhanavasahalli. So this is the second major point where the Arkavathi river receives lot of sewage, lot of rainwater, and lot of storm water. So it is very interesting here that the Arkavathi river receives the water from Dasaralli Lake, Dodbidrikallu Lake, and then surrounding Madhavara Lake near Jindal, Natural Tirupati, and it crosses Nice Road. So after crossing the Nice Road also, there are a lot of storm water drains and incompleted UGD lines are joining these storm water drain from all over of that Madhavara, Dombralli, Gavipalya, Jinambunagara, Siddhanavasahalli village, and all it flows towards the Arkavathi river and joins at one point called Sidnosnalli. Here, this is the second largest quantity of sewage which is joining the Arkavathi river. On the Tarabanalli point, it has received the sewage or the storm water only from the three lakes, that is Kamgonalli, Abigere and Chikkabanavara lake. But here, apart from the four lakes here, 4 lakes, it receives lot of storm water drain from the Manjunath Nagara, this Dasralli area, Dwadbidrakal area, Anchepalya area, Ravi Kirloskar layout and Manjunath Nagara BBP WhatsApp 39 and 41. So this is the region. Here the quantity of the sewage and the quantity of the rainwater which joins the Arkavathi river is comparatively very high to the downstream side. Next slide, please. This line we can see there, a lot of storm water drains are using carrying the sewage and carrying the rainwater is finally joining towards the Arkavathi river after crossing the nice road near Jindal Naturotherapy. Next slide, please. So this is the Jindal Naturotherapy adjacent drain, and that is the Madhavara lake, where we can find that there is a storm water flows towards the Arkavathi river, carrying the Madhavara lake and surrounding area sewages, and pipelines passes to the northern side and confluence with one more storm water drain adjacent to the nice road near Anchepalya. Presently, there is one used apartment constructed by the Prestige Jindal city, I think. Even that area sewage is also joining to this stream. Finally, it reaches the Arkavathi river. When I was studying, there was no Jindal Naturotherapy, but now Jindal Naturotherapy of the Jindal Prestige city apartment was built, and I think now the sewage quantity will be more compared to earlier. So this is the Dasralli lake, located in the National Highway Tumkur Road, and it is 27 acres, 33 guntas, and it is interestingly, there is a sewage treatment plant of 1 MLD located inside the Dasralli lake, but unfortunately, even after the treatment, it joins to the untreated sewage flowing in the drains and joins Arkavathi. This we can see in the photographs. Lot of only small quantity of the storm water and sewage is diverted to the STP, and remaining is discharged into the Dasralli lake and flows outside. And this is the quality of the Dasralli lake. BOD is very high and DO level is also very low, and fecal coliform is very high, which shows that the water is very highly polluted, meeting the standards of E and D. Then this is the sewage flow in the Rajakalways from the outlet of Dasralli till it reaches one more lake called Dodda Bidrukallu. Here we are observing that lot of sewage. I have observed majority of that Dasralli area, Pindya industrial surrounding area, and all those areas, they do not have proper UGDs completed by the BWSSB. You are observing there, the UGD manholes are constructed in the stormwater drains. From those manholes, again the sewage is flowing in the drains and reaches the Dodbidrakala lake and finally joins the Arkavathi river. Next slide, please. And there is an intermediate pumping station at the Neligadranalli to divert the sewage to the two important STPs constructed operating by the BWSSB, that is 20 MLD, 20 MLD. Two STPs are there before after the Dodbidrakala lake.